Everybody, what's up? So recently I watched a movie called Mad God on Shudder. It is also available on AMC Plus. You can watch it on Amazon Prime for a discounted price right now, or you can buy it at a lower price digitally. It's also available on DVD and Blu-ray, but here's the thing. I would not recommend buying this movie until you watch it. There's a reason why. From first of all, from what I read, this movie took about 30 years to complete. And I can see why. Even though it's about an hour and 23 minutes, it is jam packed full of interesting backgrounds. Not much in the terms of character development necessarily until the end. Uh, it's kind of hard to explain because one of the things is, and I kind of liked it, there's really very minuscule dialogue. Um, you really have to piece everything together. From what I've read, because kind of like couple person makes sense, some people are calling the main one of the main characters called the assassin. Um, he's the first person, whatever you see at the beginning of the movie, being lowered down into this hellish nightmare of a world with all these different creatures in that. And he's going based off of a map to where he needs to go, and the map falls apart as he goes along. There are, I hate to say it for a horror movie, we have to pay attention to certain things because there are funny moments in the beginning of the movie. They're hard to describe because there's like golem type creatures. Uh, the things that happen to them, I was laughing. Somebody who was in the room with me, in the living room with me, they're watching it. They're like, "What was that at the end?" I have no clue at parts, really, because it takes a while for you to figure certain things out. And once you figure them out, it does make sense. I'll be honest, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it enough to buy it. There is kind of like a second one. It's kind of like a left shoe, but it's not its own movie. I haven't watched it yet. I probably will at some point. It's where like the golem, whatever type creatures they are. Uh, they're supposed to carve pumpkins. Don't get that? Hey, it works. The background scenery itself is pretty incredible at times because there are things you don't expect. And that's why I say it's kind of like takes place in this hellish nightmare landscape. This because of the creatures you see, a lot of the visuals. There's one area where all these beings are sitting on basically toilets, constantly down a tube, which is feeding another creature, and you're just like, what's going on? I'm not a spoiler. Trust me on that one because you really start once you get to a particular scene in the movie, you begin to see how often things have taken place. And I'm sitting there going, suspend your suspend your belief, suspend your belief. You disbelief. You can watch this because the character is basically being lowered down from wherever, and you just watch as it just slowly gets lowered more and more and more and more, and you're going, how long is that cable? You know, I will say the work that was done on it, I can understand why it took time because a lot of the larger creatures you see just, even the clay animation, the puppets, you're going, holy crap. Um, The only thing I did not like about the movie is there's a part of the ending that doesn't make sense necessarily because you wonder what's going on, what happened to create everything, make things happen, and you're going, what the frick? the very, very end. Um, and one of the other things is you don't really get an idea of what the Mad God is because there are certain things in it where you're like, is it, this creature or is it this individual? What's going on? And I wish it was something that was kind of clarified, but I'm also on the other hand glad that they didn't, simply because of the fact that by having to figure things out, you kind of go, okay, maybe this is what I'm supposed to understand and see it as. So just take it as it is if you do watch it. If you like it, buy it. You might have to watch it a couple times, which is why I recommend, if you can get a 7-day free trial on Prime, not sponsored by them or anything, but I know that there is for that for AMC. Watch it a couple times because that's what you're probably going to need. Um, or Shudder. I don't know about Shudder. I haven't looked at that on AMC because I just have Shudder by itself. I'm not going to be buying it. Once was enough. Trust me, for me at least. Um, I actually could have watched it without the sound on. It's like closed captioning. That was all I needed, but I kept it on because somebody else in the room is hearing, so can hear rather. So, yeah. I love the reaction at the end, like, what were you watching? I don't know. That's just it. We were watching with one other person wasn't here, which made it easier because they would have been asking questions the entire time, probably, if they were watching with us. I don't know. But if you have watched it, let me know what you think. If you do watch it, otherwise, let me know what you think. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm going to be honest. You might start watching, you might go, I don't want to finish watching this. And if you get that way, I don't blame you at all. Quick note, by the way, if you've watched to the end, the Sunday schedule is going to disappear. I just can't do it. I wanted to try and I didn't. It's just hard for me to get a video made at times, just to upload for one day. And I've got another plan for another video. So that's going to take a couple weeks, maybe. I don't know. That's it, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Take care.